Hello, welcome in today's video. Nowadays it's so easy for us to book a car on Uber. But how does Uber works? How does it earn money? In today's video, we are gonna know all these things. So let's get started.
Most ethically challenged company in Silicon Valley.
The story of Uber is littered with scandals and controversy at every single turn.
This is more global, it's diversified.
Bike sharing, scooters, Uber Freight, air taxis, and even its own autonomous driving technology.
When you look at Uber, you're really betting on the future.
If you really don't know how does Uber works, you might think that we just book a cab on Uber and Uber company sends a cab for us. But does it really works in this way? No, definitely not. Then what does Uber do? Uber is basically a dating app for drivers and riders, which means driver comes on Uber to use their car to earn money and rider come on Uber to get a ride. Now you will might think, then why do we are using Uber app? We can just get out of our home and take a cab. But the problem over here is that you will might not get a cab just when you want, and you will end up waiting for a cab. And now if you want to do a part-time job and earn little more money, then you can just ride your cab on Uber. Before Uber came, you would have to take a lot of registrations and legal formalities, because of which you have to spend a lot of money. But now after Uber came, you don't have to do that, because of which you are saving a lot of money. Now there is a whole algorithm over here on the basis of which Uber charges a money from a rider. First, we have to add a base fare, which is on the basis of the car you are booking, like Uber X, Uber XL, Uber Black. Then we have to add cost per minute multiplied by time and cost per kilometer multiplied by time. These two things are depends on the location. Then we have to calculate all these things, and after calculating all these things, we have to multiply it by surge multiplier. It's a different concept. I will tell you later how does it works. So I will tell you later. Then we have to add booking fees for Uber. Now here we have the concept of surge multiplier, what it is and how does it work. Now in some areas what happens that drivers are more than riders, or sometimes riders are more than drivers, and Uber is here to balance these two things. So what Uber do is take a map and divide it on the hexagon shape, and on these hexagons they see that how many riders and drivers are there in one hexagon. So now in these hexagons, the place where drivers are less and riders are more, they charge surge multiplier, so that the drivers from different hexagons can also go to that hexagon. But why do they will go on that hexagon? That is because of surge multiplier. Now in that hexagon we will apply a surge multiplier, for example 3, and because of which the whole cost will get multiplied by 3 and the price of a ride in that area will increase, so that driver will try to be on that area to get more money. But now here we can see the price for rider have increased so much, so rider can either just book a cab and go on a ride, or they can even wait a little bit, and when the cab will come on that area, the price will get balanced and then they can have a ride. Now if we will take an app and see the map, we can see that the map is in red, yellow and orange colors, on the basis of which they charge money, like red have the highest cost, then orange and then yellow. Now after calculating all the price, they will divide the money 20% for Uber and 80% for driver. Now there are some allegations people have made on Uber, like Uber charges their money on the basis of route, like the area where there are more people, like in a marketplace, they will charge more money. And there are even an allegation that Uber sees a battery on the phone, and on the basis of that battery they charge money, like if there are low battery, then they will charge more money.
That rideshare services like Uber raise their prices relative to your battery level. Well, since this tweet, a few articles have popped up. They reinforce the idea that Uber actually changes the cost of a trip based off your phone's battery.
But of course Uber have denied all these allegations and said that we don't do that, and they charge on the basis of surge multiplier. Now what about the area where people are not able to afford a cab to drive, like there are very less number of drivers and very huge amount of riders? Now it's good and it's okay to have a balanced amount of drivers and riders in an area. But what about the area where there is a huge amount of riders and very less amount of drivers? So here Uber came with another program named Uber Xchange. So in this program, Uber purchased a lot of cars and gave it to Uber drivers for rent, and Uber drivers have to pay Uber a monthly or weekly rent. But they have to stop this program because they were not able to manage all these cars with a lot of services, and they were doing a lot. So they decided to not do this anymore, and they came with another idea. So here they were searching for a fleet owners who can rent their car to Uber drivers. So fleet owners rented their car to Uber drivers, and Uber drivers have to pay a rent weekly, and all the money from Uber were given to drivers. And in second way, Uber drivers were getting a car and a salary, and fleet owners were getting all the money they received from Uber. Till now, what was happening, that fleet owners were purchasing a car by themselves. But now what if I will say that fleet owners were telling public to purchase a car? So now what was happening is a public were saving a little amount of money for fleet owners to purchase a car. For example, now if a fleet owner say general public to save a little amount of money, let's say 10 people were saving a little amount of money and purchased a thing for fleet owners, and fleet owners gave that thing to Uber drivers. Now Uber drivers were earning money from Uber and giving it to fleet owners, and fleet owners were giving rent to general public. So basically fleet owners were getting a commission over here. So this is what they did. Basically a Uber driver were getting a car by money saved from a general public, and a lot of money were saved, and then they purchased a car, and this is all how it works. Now let's talk a little bit about safety. In India, there have been a rape happened in Uber, because of which Uber get banned in India. Later, High Court allowed Uber to give their services, and some rules and regulations were formed, like Uber drivers have to get a health insurance. Surge multiplier cannot be more than 1.5, and Uber drivers will get at least 80% of the profit from Uber, and Uber drivers cannot work more than 12 hours. So that's it for today, guys. If you want to watch more, you can watch these two videos. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching.